Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with K-On! Season 2 episode number 10 reaction. So the previous episode what happened was we got to see Yui struggling with tests, school exams, but at the same time like her neighbor neighbor grandma, she takes care of her and Yui, so she wanted them to kind of wanted Yui to participate in one of the what do you call them, like talent shows, neighborhood talent shows. And Yui wanted to like give something back to her in that form, so she decided to juggle both tests and the talent show as well. At first she didn't really want to bother others, however in the end Aziza was like, I'm going to help you out as well because I'm okay with my studies. So there you go. They like do studies, they go like to give their exams. At the same time they also practice for the upcoming talent show, and they do it. Unfortunately they weren't able to win, but at least like the grandma was happy. So it was a wholesome episode, and yeah, that was what happened. So let's see what happens in this one, episode 10. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Finland trip. Oh, it's a movie. I was like, who's going to Finland? Oh, Sawa-chan sensei? Oh boy, Mugi is going to. Mugi is like, oh, gossip. Gossip related to Sawa sensei. I'm pretty sure by the end of it, it'll end up like it's her brother or something. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Oh boy. Okay. Is she okay? Oh, she's tired. Yeah, that makes sense. What the hell is that? Oh boy, that'll be something. Nah, yeah, you think that's going to happen? um, okay. Mugi's going to be like, you know what, guys? There was something. Yep, there you go. Teacher. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's like. Yeah. No, 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 no. I feel like the punchline will be it's her brother or something. I don't know. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure you can. She loves some gossip, you know. What the? Okay. Oh boy. What? Yeah? Alright, focus. Yeah? Okay, wow. Okay, that's. Alright. Okay, so. Yeah, it's not the same person. Yo, Mugi. Mugi, it's like, wait a minute. Maybe. Yo, look at Mugi. Yo, guys, take a seat. Yeah. Yeah, like. Oh my god, yo, guys, guitar. Oh no. Oh no. She went on it. Okay. It's her, isn't it? The one in the club. You know, like her friend. You know, in the OVA, I think. Yeah. Or maybe not. You know, there's one friend that she had. Wow. Yeah. The waitress is like, what is happening here? Oh, son, it's going to be pricey. Exactly, it's going to be costly. Yeah. Oh no. She probably realized it's her students. No. Yo, that's a lot. Wow. Her friend. Yeah, it's that girl, isn't it? From the club? Oh no. Is that her? The one we saw in the OVA? Christina. Oh my god. Yeah. Mm. Oh. She's like, oh no, I don't want to be the. Slick stuff. Mm. Well, obviously. Mm. Name? Norimi. What? Why? Oh my god. What? No, she probably wanted to say that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh, really? Oh my god. You, what the hell? Ah, I see. Ah. And Sawako probably doesn't want to do that? Yeah. Because of her whole. Hmm. Oh, that's. Doesn't look like how it sounds. Yeah. Hmm. No, she's trying to replicate what she was doing. Like, that's one thing that Yui does always. Like, when she tries to kind of. I don't know, like. Self study. Hmm. Oh, wow. Hey, yo, that's a very fancy piece of paper. No, you are her student, so I feel like I don't know. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow, they're actually having a conversation. Oh no, what's she going to write? Yeah. She's probably, I was gonna say she's probably sleeping, but no. Oh boy, what's she going to write? Wow. uh, no, I am a pen. Hmm. Yeah, she just wants to do that. We should never done that. Everyone is out. What is Yui doing? She's trying to reach the. Oh my god. Yeah, the whole. Okay. You just forgot. Threaten her. Hmm. Oh no. Damn. Yeah. Oh wow. Wow. You think that's going to happen? Oh, oh, it's over? What the? Oh, wow. Yeah. Hmm. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, she's listening to her songs, I'm guessing. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Interesting way of expressing. Wedding. Oh no. Oh, I feel like the Keon Club is actually planning to play here. Yep. They're going to put on the makeup and everything. Yes. All right, here we go. Dead Devil. Ah. The Sawa senses be like, what? Here we go. Damn. Hey, wait, wait. Oh, she's going to be like, oh no. Saw Sensor's like, oh, I'm going to go there and do this. I'm sure she's going to go up by the end of it. Yeah, here we go. Yes. Oh, I'm pretty sure the students will love her nonetheless, even if she like like all her students, even if she does this. Oh no, Sauces is pissed. Oh, oh, did she? She's like, you kids, what are you doing? This is not how Death Devil. Oh my god. Damn! Yo! Didn't she stop practicing? Or she probably kept practicing on her own. Ah! Oh my god. Okay. All the teachers are. Oh boy. Catherine. My god. Wow. This is- she's remembering everything. She wanted to be the club. Hmm. There you go. Finally. Well, it's fine. I'm sure. I'm sure everyone will be okay with that. Hey, who cares? What? Nah, I feel like everyone will be even more happy or like probably more excited. They'll be like, "Oh, we want your autograph." Yep, there you go. Like like I said, everyone will be even more happy. Oh boy. Yeah. No, you guys are like soft rock, so I'm sure it's fine. Damn, that's some very colorful snacks they're having. All right, that was nice. Like getting to see a little bit more of Sawa Sensei's past and everything. Okay, that is it. So, yeah, this episode was Sawa Sensei's little backstory. Not backstory, I would say like a little, um, kind of a little recollection. Wait, so who was that person in the beginning then? Okay, so here we see like at the beginning, Mugi's like walking and she comes across. Okay, was that a guy or was that a girl? Oh, that was a. Oh, that was her. Oh, it was her. Like since her hair is short, like at first I didn't realize that it's actually her, that her friend. Okay, at first I thought this was a different person completely. No, it's the same person. Is that girl? What was her name? No, Nori. No, I forgot her name. Whatever her name was. So yeah, it's her. So Mugi looks at that scene and Mugi's like, "Oh, what's going on over here?" So even Mugi mistook her for a boy. So like she thought that, oh, that's a guy. So what happens is, next we see that Sao Sensei is like saying like, oh, like what, a teacher's job is so difficult. We keep standing the whole day, and she kind of explains how like she's standing throughout the day, which yeah, it's true. Like like while like like giving, I guess you could say like teaching everyone, you have to like stand in front of the blackboard and teach. And not only that, the other stuff as well, like like helping other students out, kind of patrolling the whole premises, and then like like kind of as she said, like taking like an anemic student back home, and all these things, like just standing so that her like legs are just like so aching so much. So she's like, oh, this is just too much. And Reese is like, why are you like keeping your whole persona hidden? Like why not just tell your students and everyone that, yeah, you know what, this was me. Shows that picture. And yeah, and she's afraid that all her students are going to become delinquents if they like if they get to know her past. Now this is the thing, like I said, I doubt like like every student like her for who she is. Like knowing that she was she was like a rock star, like in her past, is not going to like make them lose their respect, but it's obviously going to do the reverse, where they'll be like, oh damn, that's cool, isn't it? Like it's a different thing when you don't know the person, and you get to know these different parts of them from the beginning, from the get-go. And it's a different thing when you already know the person, like all these students know her, they love her for who she is. So yeah, getting to know that she was like this in her past is not going to deplete or like take away her reputation, but it's going to add to it, in my opinion. Like, yeah, I guess there might be a few people who are, I don't know, probably looks down on this whole rock, like this whole rock culture or whatever. There are a few people who are like kind of like that, but like these are students. I don't think anyone cares about that whole thing. So most of the people who likes her for who she is. So getting to know more about her is going to increase that respect or that like likeness for her. So yeah, I guess like the reason why Sao Sensei is so afraid is because of this person who she did it for. You remember that guy who she talked about, like, oh, I went to the rock, I went into this whole rock band thing because there was a guy I liked who liked these type of things. That's why I tried to become like them. And then later on he was like, oh, you went too far. I don't, like, and kind of dumped her or whatever. I don't know what happened, but that happened. So that is the reason why I feel like she's so afraid of letting others know. But that was just one person. And that person was, I don't know, like if someone, like, I don't know, like just doesn't like you for just because you do something that you like, that is just bad, in my opinion. Like that person, you should stay away from them. Like who the hell, like like he himself said that he likes these type of things first, and then when she went a bit too far, he was like, oh, I don't want that, like and like that's total crap. Like what the hell. So the person at wrong here is that dude, not her, or and like like for trying to pursue her own hobbies. So yeah, but that became like a thing for her, and it's like actually still bothering her, and she feels like everyone else will react like that, just like how he did, and will not accept her knowing her past or something like that. And that's the main reason. And however, this episode, it was kind of like it was resolved. Now Sawa Sensei knows that her students will accept her for who she is. It doesn't matter, like that everyone gets to know that, oh, she was a rock star back in the day. It doesn't matter. Their opinion won't change because they love her for who she is. Right. So here, while they were having this whole conversation, like a phone call comes in, and she's like, "Oh, why are you calling now?" Like, and to be honest, that's like a way of conversing, and the way she was talking like that was kind of suspicious. She was like, "Why are you talking now? Like, I told you not to call over here. I'm at school." And then she's like, "Guys, I'll be back. You do what you're doing. I'll be back," and just leaves. That is suspicious. Obviously. So obviously everyone's like, "What's going on here?" And Mugi's like, "Guys, do you know something? Today in the morning, this happened." And everyone's like, "Okay, like it's time to go for a little stakeout, and they start following following Sawa Sensei. I love how everyone's like, the prime suspect, the person who she was talking to on the phone, you know who that is? It would be, and everyone's like, "Really? You think so?" And you're like, "Her mother?" And they're like, "What? No." What are you on about? Anyways, they come to this place, and like Azusa at first is like, Azusa's like, "Guys, are you sure this is fine?" And Mugi's like, "Guys, quickly come. Like they're going away. She's going away. Let's follow her." Oh boy, that's funny. Now they follow her to like a place. It's almost like evening time, and like this part is funny where they were like on a stakeout kind of situation, and Yui's like brought like milk and bread. I think this is like a staple of stakeouts. Like when in detective animes and stuff I've seen, like the staple of stakeouts is like milk and bread, and they always keep an eye out. Kind of keeping, yeah, because it's easy to consume. Like you just put it in your mouth. That's it. So that was a joke here. And okay, so here you can see that everyone's like, didn't she say that she's like she doesn't have anyone she's going out with or something? Like, what's going on? And here Mio's like, "Oh, but she is like pretty, and I'm sure like just like how she has so many female fans, she definitely has a lot of male fans as well. So I don't blame it. Like blame it, like like it's pretty normal for her. I think she must have a private life out of this. I think that's what she said. Just to check, let me check. Oh, she has a lot going on, something like that, she says. Everyone's like, "Wait, what are you saying?" And she's like, "Oh no, I'm not involved in anything. I'm not like that. I'm not really like like interested in anything like this for now." And she's like, "For now, like my boyfriend is my club," or something like that, she says. And everyone like starts clapping. So they're like, wow, what a line. she hates Ritsu. Anyways, yeah, the person comes in, which is her friend, and this is the person that Mugi saw. I love how Mugi immediately like starts like brightens up as soon as she sees that it's another girl. She's like, "Ah." Now they end up going to like this diner. This part was hilarious because there's like 5 grown students trying to sneak in a that little of a diner, and they're all like just making like commotion, and they're almost going to be found out. The waitress is like, "What the hell is happening here?" While they try to fit each other inside like in one of those cubicles. Yui doesn't get enough place to sit. They're making a whole commotion, and they shove Yui inside underneath the table. Then Yui comes back up again, and while all this is happening, Sasen says like, "What's going on? What are you looking at?" And and she's like, the other girl, her friend is like, "Oh, it's nothing," because she definitely realized that it's the K-On! Club as soon as she saw them. And well, there was a section where they almost got found out by Sawa Sensei, but they all like went down. So yeah. Now I love how their whole at least Yui's concentration completely shifted immediately as soon as she saw this the ice cream sundae. She's like, "Can I have this?" But they're like, "You have to eat it on your own, and we won't. This is your money. You spend your own money here, and we cannot help you out in that regard." Anyways, later on, Sawa Sensei, like after having her conversation, leaves. Uh, Yui spent 1,500 yen or something like that. Her whole allowance gone. And yeah, so right, so they're like still keeping an eye on this whole situation, and they're like, okay, so what's going on then? And here you can see Yui's like, oh, I know that girl. She's in the club photograph, like in the old club photograph, and they're like, oh yeah, you're right. And in the death, what was the name of the death death devil? Yeah, and she's immediately behind their back, and she's like, I'm Christina. Okay, so what's funny? I just realized why later on Yui said that isn't she supposed to be a foreigner? Because she introduced herself as Christina. So she's like, wait, isn't she supposed to be a foreigner? No, that's just her, I guess, her a stage name or something like that. Anyways, so they're like, she's like, oh, you guys are from K-On! Club, aren't you? Like, come with me, like, I have a few things to talk to you. And she's like, who is your club captain? Ritsu gets afraid, and she's like, Mio's the one. Either way, they go to this place where she's like treating them, and she's like, oh, like ask for whatever you want, and gets Yui's guitar and starts strumming, and she's like really good at it. And yeah, so she introduces herself. Oh no, the shopkeeper, she's like, oh, okay, Nori-chan. And Yui's like, wait, you're not a foreigner? Now I realize why she said that. But she introduced herself as Christina. Okay, so she here starts talking about her whole. Oh no, at first this was when they're like, what do you want from us? She's like, oh, the thing, Sawa Sensei is getting married. I genuinely believe that for a moment. I because at that point I didn't realize that the guy, that girl in the car was actually a girl. Like I thought that was a dude. Like the first scene. I didn't realize that was her. I was like, oh, maybe like she was like meeting that person or something. I genuinely believed her for a second there, just like everyone else. But then she's like, oh, that's just a joke, like, yeah. But then she's like, but like one of our friends, our club mates, are getting married. So, and she wanted us to play in the, like in the thing, in the wedding ceremony. So I love how Mugi just orders like something that sounds really cool, like gummo, something like that. And she's like, oh, I just want to order it because it sounds cool. Right, so she's like, I want Sawa to play. However, Sawa, like she doesn't want her previous past to kind of come out in front of everyone. And also the fact that the people who will be there will be the teachers and their associates, so everyone she knows will be there, and that's why she doesn't want to do that again and bring out her past over there. But maybe you guys can convince her. So that was the whole conversation. Next day, you see like Mio, Mugi, and they're Yui, they're like all having conversations by like exchanging notes. At first they start talking, they talk about that whole thing. Like Mio was like, oh, what do you think about this, Mugi? And Mugi is also writing back to her, and she asks the opinion for Ritsu as well, and Ritsu just makes weird pictures. For Yui just writes, you have a nice handwriting, and at the pictures Mio lost it completely, and Sawa Sensei found it, and Sawa Sensei is like, what is this? What are you doing? Mugi immediately gets up. I love this part because she was actually I'm pretty sure she was throughout all these years, she was waiting for an opportunity like this. She was like, what? Anytime I find an opportunity to get punished, I'm going to immediately grab that and I'm going to ask them to put me outside the class and let me stand out, just like how they punish everyone. She was waiting her whole life for this moment, and she saw something like this is happening, and she immediately is like Sensei, it was me, I did it, I was the main reason why this happened, so tell me to go outside and stand outside the class. And Sao's like, okay, no, it's fine. But she's like, no, I insist, I was the one, I want to do it. So everyone is like thrown out of the class. And Mugi's like, like finally one of my wishes came true. While Yui is just trying to grab that thing. You know what's funny? I remember I used to try to do that as well. You know those like the class numbers or whatever that used to be written used to be quite high. So I remember as a not as a like kid, but when I was like of kind of like like almost the same height, I tried to grab it but never was able to. But yeah, eventually I was able to because like as we grew taller and taller, I remember trying to do that. That's funny. However, I don't remember being yeah, I never remember being punished by making us stand out. I remember other students being punished like that. Teacher used to be like, oh, like get out of the class, like stand outside. I never had to do that. Like like the punishments that I got was just like stand up inside the class. We had to like stand throughout the class or something like that. Oh, and then there was another punishment. Oh boy, that was one of the worst ones. I don't know if you guys like still have it, but oh boy, back in the day we used to have to put our arms up and stand like that. That was a punishment. One of the worst punishments that could ever exist. You have to put your hands up like this and just stand. For so long your hands used to ache, and like everyone used to like first do it like this, and then they started aching. They used to do like this, and do like this, and it all like went down. And as soon as the teacher would see, they'd be like, why are you doing that? Put your hands properly up. And we again had to put our hands up while it was aching. It was the worst thing that could ever happen. One of the worst punishments ever. Obviously, like I remember like they used to also kind of hit us with the ruler as well. However, that kind of went away because of the whole shouldn't touch the student, that whole thing. Like there was like a I think that's pretty permanent nowadays. Like no teachers are allowed to hit the students, but back in the days that wasn't a thing. I remember that actually being a thing from when I was like a high schooler almost. Yeah, like that became a thing from then, like because when I was in junior school and middle school, that was not a thing. Teachers actually used to hit you, with the ruler, like here in the hand, like bam. Oh boy, that was something. Like and obviously like as we grew up, and then there was that whole a lot of like controversy and everything happened. And then when I was a high school, I remember one of the teachers being like, oh, like we cannot hit you guys from now onwards. Like yeah, it's an actual like offense now. So yeah, but if we cannot hit you, you can at least like punish you in this way, like stand up and put your hands up. Or go outside. So yeah, I remember in those back in the days, this was a thing. Like like teachers actually used to hit you if you if you want to know. But yeah, then everything went away. And yeah, the hand up thing was something very common. It was one of the worst things. So yeah. Anyways, I went on a tangent. This really reminded me of my school. Oh boy. Like simple times, fun times. Right. So after that, okay. They like talk about like what are they going to do, because Sao Sensei might not actually listen to them. And they remember like Christina, I think that what was her actual name, Nori-chan. Yeah, Nori actually told them that if you're not able to do it, then you'll go to a special training, like on my like supervision. And they're like imagining what the special training would be, and it's something ridiculous, like like Ritsu's thinking of something ridiculous, like she'd be like, oh, make a song or play something for me without your musical instruments. Like you don't need instruments, just put everything on in you, play from the soul. And they're like doing the whole air guitar thing, and she's like, what's happening? I cannot hear you, there's no music coming out, you're not putting your all. That was the whole scenario that Ritsu thought of. And Mio's like, what the hell are you even thinking? Anyways, later on they're like, alright, you know what, we need to talk to Sawa Sensei and like tell her about this. And then they try to go and ask her in the students like room, the staff room. However, they see that everyone's like, oh, can we take a picture with you, Sensei? So they think that they're like, all right, you know what? We cannot really tell her to like, do this if she really doesn't want to. So they decide to go and tell Nori that she won't be able to play, unfortunately. And Nori was disappointed, but she's like, oh, but I'm going to let you go through the special training. You have to do that. Either way, later on, like you can see that Yui is in her like in a room trying to kind of listen to the songs and like play, and Yui is there, and Yui asks like, what do you think is a grown up? Do you think I'll be a grown up if I become a grown up? One of the best things she has said. Where is that line? I'm going to read that again. Do you think I'll be a grown up too when I grow up? Oh wow. what what a deep sentence. Yeah, you are going to be a grown up when you grow up. Just like how people die when they're killed. Yeah, so right, so after that, she's like, who's like, you want some juice? She's like, no, I would like to have some tea today. Oh Lord. Right. So next we see in the reception, the marriage reception, like all those, like like the friends are there. Sawa Sensei is there. Sawa's like, oh, like I'm sorry, like like I wanted to play for you, but I cannot because like being a teacher and everything. But I knew that there, like the others are going to probably like fill in for her, and that's exactly what happens. Yui is set to fill in for her, and I think that was no wait. Yeah, Yui is the one who's going to play the guitar, and everyone else will be like the cheerleaders. Like they'll have like the castanets and everything, like kind of do like this from the sidelines. And but everyone's getting a getting to put on makeup, and that everyone will have to do. So yeah, it's time for death. What was the name? I forgot again. Death Devil, I think. Yeah, to start. And at first I was confused. I was like, why is Sawa Sensei not surprised that Death Devil is playing? But then I realized like the only person who will not be playing is Sawa Sensei. So she knew that they're going to play. However, she knew that she won't be there. That's all. She knew they were going to play. But she didn't expect Yui being the person who is going to replace her, and also everyone else, all the K-On! Club members, just being there in the sidelines. So she sees that and she's like, what is going on here? And then, like, obviously, this is Yui. Yui's like messing up and kind of like, like just fumbling. And all the like audiences, everyone's like, oh, that's Death Devil? And that name sounded a bit kind of like hardcore, so I thought it would be something like that. It's quite cute, isn't it? Like they're like, oh, like like Death Devil, yay, like kind of like like everyone's happy, but they're like kind of like in a very endearing way looking at that whole thing. Sawa Sensei is not happy though. She's like, what are you doing? This isn't the Death Devil that I know. And she almost like like almost took out her glasses and was going to like do it, but then she stopped. She's like, stop it. That time it's over for me. I shouldn't go back. But then seeing Yui fumbling so hard and so bad, she cannot keep herself like quiet. She's like ready. She just gets up. Like the light starts flickering, so she just goes up, jumps into the stage, and she's like, "You guys, you know what that devil is? That is not that devil. This is that devil." And she's like, I'm going to show you guys what it is. And she starts like like her whole guitar solo performance and then singing and everything. And the bride, at first the bride gets up and starts like cheering, and then the groom also stands up. Everyone starts cheering, and bam, there you go. Yes. And she kind of reminisces, the four of them playing guitar, like back in their club days, all that stuff. So I just recognized it. So this girl is the other girl, isn't it? The one with the red hair. She's the one who's getting married, I think. I think so. Like obviously you can see in this picture. Where is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her. So in the picture where they're all together, yeah, I can see Sawa Sensei, Nori. I can also see her. And then there's this girl, the red-haired girl. I think she's the girl who's getting married. And then there's a black-haired girl. I think the black-haired girl is the drummer here. I think I'm not exactly sure. I think so. Either way, yeah. So okay, so they're like having those like like she was like having these moments like reminiscing about that whole thing. And yeah, the performance is over. So next day, Sawa Sensei at school is like, it's all over, my reputation. And Richu's like, but you're the one who did it. And she's like, I know, I'm sorry. You know, like it was all my doing. I know that. But then like there's someone knocking out on the door, and yeah, her fans or her students, they come in and they're like, Sensei, like you were amazing. Like I loved it, we loved it. And they're like, can you make that face that you made, like taking out your glasses and that face. And she does that, and they're like, snaps a picture, and they're like, oh, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to your next performance. So Sensei is like, what? Okay. And that's where it ended. So there you go. The good thing about this episode, at least Sawa Sensei now knows that she doesn't need to keep her whole thing hidden. She can actually do it in front of everyone else. The guitar and like the rock band thing. And yeah, it won't really affect her reputation. People won't stop liking her just because she used to be a rock star. So yeah, people like good, like what's better is that people are going to even like her more. So yeah, there you go. And I'm glad that she got that out of the way, and hopefully from here onwards she can be a lot more honest to herself. So that is it. That's my reaction to episode 10 of K-On! Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of K-On! Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.